Hi, did you know that a couple got 9 years for a Wendy's finger scam? So basically, in California, they sent them to 9 years for planting a human finger in a bowl of chili as part of a scam to defraud a Wendy's fast food restaurant. Isn't that crazy? So I was thinking, because I'm a little fucked up, I was like, where did they get that finger? So I was reading the article, and basically they obtained a piece of the finger from a coworker who lost the tip of a finger in an industrial accident at a Las Vegas paving company. The man had turned over the finger fragment to settle a $50 debt. These motherfuckers, their coworker lost a finger, and they're like, "Ooh, shit! Better use that in a bowl of chilies, in a bowl of chili from Wendy's." They literally took the fucking finger, went to the restaurant, ordered chili from Wendy's, put it in there, and said, "Holy fuck! Did you see this? I'm suing you!" And then they get 9 years for it. Isn't America great? So welcome to an episode of Never Mind the Broadcast, and I'm your host, Izzy Swat. This week, I did an interview with Mike from the Rumjacks, from Mickey Rickshaw. He does so many things. He's super talented, performing big stages with tons of people. This guy is a true blue, living a dream that everybody wants to live, and he's just tremendously talented. I was super happy to get an interview with him, and I'm excited to present it. So I'm gonna play you a song, and then I'll do the interview afterwards. So the song I'm gonna do is from Mickey Rickshaw from the first album, Pints of Pity. And the reason why I picked the first album is because when I played that album all the time. It's just a banger of an album. I love that album. Their music is so good, and the No Heaven for Heroes album, you gotta listen to that. It's so amazing. So I have to play this song, then I'll play the interview after. So it's gonna be Pints of Pity by Mickey Rickshaw, and then the interview after. I forgot to say that.
My name is Mike Rivkees, and I am in a band called the Rumjacks, and also Mickey Rickshaw.
Yes, two of two awesome bands that I love. So I'm excited to go into it. So I remember when you did the Mickey Rickshaw band, and I played a show with you guys, and are you still? I mean, you're still playing in that band, right? You're still doing music and writing songs with them.
Yeah. So basically, with those guys, is essentially a drinking club at this point. We still get together and practice when we can, but we haven't been playing as many shows in the past 2 years. Well, I guess the past 4 years since COVID, and then since the Rumjacks. But yeah, we have a few coming up. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're ready to start playing shows again, and we have like a ton of songs that we're just kind of sitting on. We don't know what we're doing, so I think I'm just gonna end up recording the record myself. But yeah, new songs and new shows.
Yes, I'm excited. And you're also busy with the Rumjacks. So what's going on with that?
Yeah, so we're also working on a new record. This one, it's funny having the two different bands. One, no label support or anything; it's all DIY. The other one, we have booking agents, we got labels, we have publishers. So it's like, I don't know. It's funny. There's way more pressure on the Rumjacks stuff. So the Rickshaw stuff has just been pretty easygoing. But it's funny because I learned everything that goes on with a band like the Rumjacks in like the I don't know, the business side of things, where I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how you do and put out a record. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll go more smooth with Rickshaw than the last ones we did.
How do you view different punk scenes? Because I know you travel a lot with the Rumjacks and Mickey Rickshaw.
Mm-hmm.
So like in different areas, do you notice any difference with the punk scene or?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, especially in Europe, where you're seeing different countries and even different regions of countries. Like you'll notice, like unless you're in Berlin, in like Eastern Germany, crowds are way more like it feels more formal. I don't even know if formal is the right word, but it takes them a little longer in the set to warm up, whereas in like Western Germany and France, it's just different. And then of course in Greece, they're crazy. If you're playing like big outdoor shows, the flares go up. Those like soccer they're like signal flares, but they you see them at all like the soccer games and everything. Well, they do that at shows, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then France is nuts. They are awesome. I love the French. All around the country, their scenes are just wild.
See, that's cool. That's why I always tell bands to go touring. So that's like that and you see different scenes, and it's kind of cool to hear that when you travel to France and Greece, and they have like an awesome thriving scene there with people dancing. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, and you're playing. I mean, do you get nervous though? Like, 'cause sometimes, like, I don't even know. Even playing to 5 people, I'm like, oh man, like, 'cause even you're just boom, like right in front of the stage, in front of thousands of people, and it's like that's awesome. Like, you don't get nervous at all, or do you even get in your head like, oh no, what if I mess up this lyric or something?
It's funny. In the beginning, I was like, no, I've never had any form of stage fright or anything in my life. I mean, like, you and me both have been playing punk shows since we were teenagers, so it's like you're usually just hanging out with your friends until it's time to like drag your equipment up and like rip a 30-minute set. But I don't know. I think it was the first show I played with the Rumjacks. It was this festival punk rock holiday, and I'd never played in front of that many people. And I was like, holy shit, I am nervous as it could be. And it was funny. And then I just like started just ripping Jameson, and that didn't make anything better. I was then just nervous, but also drunk. And I was like, cool, now I'm going to like not remember words and everything. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that all goes away. Pete from the Bouncing Souls, Pete Steinkopf said like, yeah, if you're nervous, it goes away with the first note you play. So that was some advice he gave me back in the day when we were first starting to play bigger shows.
Tell us the story of how you got, with the Rumjacks. I know that must have been, kind of from going from a DIY band to something major now,
Yeah. So basically, I had hustled Mickey Rickshaw for years. And we got to the point where we did a few tours overseas. Like, you know, we did Germany, France, and the UK and Ireland. But I think through that, we met the Rumjacks playing this like small weird festival in Germany, and that was where we first talked to them. And ironically enough, their singer posted after he saw us, he said, "Don't worry, the future of Celtic punk is in good hands," after seeing Mickey Rickshaw play, which is kind of funny because I ended up replacing him. But I don't know. I think it was just through meeting those guys at that festival that we were talking, and our little sub-genre of punk it's really fun, but it can be some of the most cringe, embarrassing, like weird, gimmicky music that when done incorrectly, it's like the worst thing in the world. And I don't know. I don't like a lot of this stuff. I don't like a lot of Celtic punk music. But you know what I mean? Like we're not singing about St. Patrick's Day, but it's like, yeah, but the Pogues is what got us into it. That there's such a cool, I don't know, way they've blended Irish music, which Irish music on its own is beautiful. It's really sad. It's dark. It's got really good storytelling. And then it has this sense of rebellion, so it fit perfectly with punk. So my whole point in all this is that there were not that many Celtic punk bands in the world that are doing it in a kind of way that the Rumjacks were agreeing with. Not agreeing with, you know, because they're, you know, they don't, you know, turn their noses to anyone. But we saw eye to eye in how we feel about the genre. So that's why they liked Mickey Rickshaw to begin with. And then they booted their singer because he was a violent piece of shit, and he has all sorts of other issues and history and all sorts of stuff. And them just trying to play music and you know, they've been grinding for years, since 2008 that band started, and they've just been putting up with this piece of shit, their old singer Frankie. So finally an event happened within the band, and they booted him.
You know, it takes one person to ruin the whole band. Especially if you have somebody that is violent or volatile or starting problems with people, you know, just give them a boot. Find somebody that, you know, be about the music. This should be fun, not a job. It shouldn't have to be like that.
Yeah, and this wasn't like, oh, it's punk rock, like Sid Vicious swinging the bass at the guy in Texas. Like yeah, sure, fights happen at shows, whatever. But no, this is just him being an utter piece of shit. This is not like excusable by any like, oh, whatever, it's punk, you know, because that's like a pretty lazy blanket excuse that a lot of the old heads use. But I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I hate that, like, so that punk mentality, like, I'm a punk, so I get to be a piece of shit to people now. No. Like, that definitely isn't the way to do it.
Yeah. It's like if you care about any sort of a scene or anything, then it's not gonna help anything out. But, you know, that's just what gets venues shut down and keeps people from coming to shows.
And speaking of shows, like, I've seen you at many shows, punk shows, and, you know, and it's cool. You're still supporting the scene and all the stuff. So, like, has there been any shows lately that you were like, holy shit, like, this is like one of the better punk shows that you've seen?
I mean, the Copyright Chaos reunion was sick. I went to the one in Boston too, and that was great to see, like, Moose Knuckle, like, those kids are awesome, the Boston band, and then Unwanted Noise from Montreal. So it was good to see, like, you know, there's still a bit of street punk happening. So I don't know, yeah, that was fun, those shows.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's always like Copyright Chaos is amazing. But are you going to the Push show, by the way?
I'm gonna try to make that one. What I recently saw was sold out, and I was like, oh, well, we'll see. I don't have a ticket, but we'll see. I see. Yeah, I'm so bad with buying tickets ahead of time to any shows. Like, it's funny because now that I'm seeing, like, these big tours and the promoters are talking about ticket sales ahead of time, they're like, okay, well, we've only sold, like, 65% of this venue, so we got to really push promotion on this city. And I'm like, well, I never buy tickets ahead of time. I just rock up and so I don't know. It's funny.
No, that's how I am too. I'm pretty bad at buying them ahead of time too. So, and are you touring by any chance, or this year, or doing anything this year?
No, well, yes, but since it's recording year, we are staying put. We're also the past 2 years we toured a lot. I think we did 8 months 2 years ago, and then I think this recent year was 6 months or something like that. It was a lot of time on the road. So I know we're trying to do less of it and a little more intentional with our tours, whereas we would kind of say yes to everything, take everything. But you just end up not burning out, because it's always fun, but you're like, okay, what are we doing here? So this year, we're doing June, that's festival season for us. And then I don't know, probably something in November, because that'll be I don't know when this album's going to be out, but we're trying to record it at the beginning of this year. But yeah, this will be a light touring year. And then we're popping over to Greece for St. Patty's Day. We're just doing a weekend there, Thessaloniki and Athens. And then maybe some one-offs.
No, that's really awesome. So I mean, especially you don't want to get burned out doing all these shows and saying yes to everything, because then you don't have time to write new music. You're just playing all the time.
Yep. Yeah. Totally. So yeah, really trying to write music first this year. So let's see. We released an album called Hestia 2021. That did really well. We did not know how that was going to go, because obviously the old singer was pretty much a 50-year-old guy with a fake Scottish accent. He was Australian, but all of a sudden he developed this Scottish accent because he's actually from Scotland, it turns out. He was a compulsive liar. But
oh my God, he sounds great.
The amount of just narcissistic lies this dude told is wild. But
oh my God.
Yeah, but either way, so I sound completely different from him, so we weren't sure how much of the fan base was going to fall off, but we ended up growing a lot after this album. We lost a bunch of people that were like, oh, I like the old guy, and that's fair to him, who cares?
Yeah,
cool. We're growing, so it's anyone that doesn't want to stay, we're not trying to make them, we're not trying to win anyone over.
Exactly. And I remember, I remember when Bros went on tour and we were playing with Mickey Rickshaw, and we got your CD at the time, and oh my God, we played that thing over and over, and then we were just playing it over and over again. Yeah, that we were singing along, we were going to different cities and just singing to the songs on the CD. It's just so good, that. I love it. Oh my God, it was probably one of the older ones. It had Not My Problem Now. Okay. I'm Sorry, Miss Mahoney.
Yeah, that was our first one.
Oh man, that was a masterpiece.
That would have been right when I was that's funny. It was right when we got that band started. We recorded that. It's funny.
Yeah, I gotta obviously get current with the other stuff too. I gotta get current, but that's my problem. I tend to fall in love with one album, and then I'm like, I need to listen to it until until I wear it out.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I love whenever when I'm checking out a new band, I usually go to their older stuff and then start listening to see how they've progressed and changed.
Which I have to do. I gotta get your other stuff. I gotta get your other Mickey Rickshaw stuff, and then all your Rumjacks stuff, so I can be current.
Well, if there's two albums I would suggest, it would be Mickey Rickshaw Home in Song. That album is pretty good. We did that with Pete from the Bouncing Souls, and then Rumjacks Hestia is
all right.
Solid. The two of those are, I'm real proud of those.
And where can they buy everything? I mean, do you guys have a site or Bandcamp or something?
I think just rumjacks.com. It would have the link to all of our vinyl and all that stuff. Rickshaw, I don't even know. I mean, yeah, Rickshaw, everything's on Bandcamp.
Okay.
But we just have piles of boxes of vinyl in the practice space, and we're just hoping that we're going to start selling it at some point, because we're we put out the record in like 2019, played a few shows, and then COVID hit, and then we just have these piles and piles of vinyl. We forgot to actually push the vinyl after spending like $3,000 to like press it. I don't know. We were ambitious because we were like, yeah, let's just really go for it. No, it's not worth putting out a 12-inch unless you're really gonna be able to sell it.
Yeah, it's like, well, you guys didn't know.
Yeah, because it's also like you can't just press 100. They make you press like a minimum of 1,000 or whatever we were working with at the time,
Oh God, yeah, vinyl is so expensive. Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh well,
yeah, that's all we sell. Like we don't even do CDs anymore, but.
Well, I gotta purchase some of that stuff from you, so I'll probably hit you up and start purchasing some stuff. But anything I don't want to keep you too long, so I know you have stuff going on. But do you have anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say in the show?
Yeah.
Any analysis? Anything?
Flat Earth has more authority to it than people believe. If people are telling you the Earth is round, they're making the Flat Earth movement, look like we're a bunch of fools, then that's just the media. So don't listen to them. Flat Earth all the way.
I believe it.
It's like, yeah, he went on the show and he just promoted Flat Earth the whole time. No, we have nothing specific that we're promoting. Mickey Rickshaw has 3 dates coming up, New Hampshire, Boston, and Providence. That is with the Dreadnoughts, and that is February 8th, 9th, and 10th. So if this airs before that, next weekend, I'm just guessing when this is coming out. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, Mickey Rickshaw and the Dreadnoughts, that's going to be a blast. Those will be really fun shows.
Awesome. And again, thank you for doing the show. And, I'll probably see you at a show or two.